What if the very star that gave us life is already plotting our fiery demise, and we might never notice until it is too late? We look up each morning and see the sun as a warm, steady companion. Its golden calm is an illusion. Behind that constant glow lies a raging engine of destruction, one that has already sealed Earth's ultimate fate. This is not a distant fantasy or science fiction warning. The sun's expansion, the burning of our world, and the swallowing of the inner planets are events hardwired into the fabric of the universe. We comfort ourselves with the idea that the sun is unchanging, that billions of years stretch safely ahead. Yet deep within, relentless forces are at work. Every sunrise we witness is a silent step closer to a cataclysm no technology can outpace or avoid. The countdown is not only real, it has already started, and the threat does not wait patiently for a far-off future. Violent solar flares, swirling magnetic storms, or even a wandering star could hurl our solar system into chaos at any moment. Just one vicious outburst from the sun could erase our satellites, cripple global power grids, and plunge billions into darkness for years. We risk not only losing our internet and electricity, but the very foundation of civilization if we underestimate the sun's true nature. We like to imagine the universe is calm, predictable, and safe, but the sun's reality shatters that comfort. Its true face is unpredictable, primal, and dangerous. To understand how close we stand to disaster, we must journey beneath the surface of our star and confront the secrets that fuel its unstoppable power. Before we can prepare for what is coming, we need to understand what the sun is and how it truly works. Let us dive into the heart of our star and reveal the forces that shape our destiny. To face the sun's fury, we must dare to journey into its core, to witness the very machinery of creation. Over 4.5 billion years ago, our sun emerged from darkness. A cold, sprawling cloud of hydrogen, helium, and stardust, ashes from stars that died long before, began to collapse under its own weight. Shockwaves from distant supernovae pressed in, compressing the cloud's heart until it could no longer resist. In this tightening knot, matter whirled inward, spinning faster and heating up with every heartbeat of the cosmos. When the temperature soared to millions of degrees, something miraculous happened. Atoms slammed together, and nuclear fusion ignited. In that instant, the sun blazed into existence, becoming a thermonuclear engine capable of lighting a solar system for billions of years. But our star is no simple furnace. The sun is a layered giant, each zone sculpting the energy that eventually bathes our world. At the core, temperatures rise past 27 million degrees Fahrenheit, so extreme that atoms are torn apart and fusion rules unchallenged. Next lies the radiative zone, where light itself wanders in a labyrinth so dense that a single photon can take hundreds of thousands of years to break free. Beyond, the convective zone seethes like a boiling sea of plasma. Here, columns of hot gas rise and cool, endlessly overturning, creating currents as vast as continents. Embedded within this zone is the tachocline, a mysterious boundary where layers of the sun spin at different speeds. In this restless region, magnetic fields twist and writhe, becoming tangled and amplified, a hidden dynamo that fuels sunspots, flares, and the sun's ever-changing cycles. Above these secret depths lies the sun's visible face and its ghostly outer layers. The photosphere, our star's blazing surface, gives way to the shimmering chromosphere, and beyond that, the ethereal corona, which stretches millions of miles into the void. Here, the sun's magnetic muscles flex, unleashing storms and eruptions that surge across the solar system. At every step, from the nuclear fire of the core to the streaming ribbons of the corona, the sun's inner workings shape the light and energy that reach Earth. If we misunderstand these hidden mechanisms, we risk missing early warnings of catastrophe. Solar storms could blind satellites, cripple global power grids, and erase decades, if not centuries, of human progress, leaving our civilization exposed and vulnerable. Yet the sun's inner inferno is only half the story. Its violence does not remain contained. Instead, it bursts outward, shaping and sometimes threatening all that lies in its path.
To truly grasp what is at stake, we must follow the sun's energy as it escapes its fiery confines and witness how its outbursts ripple through the solar system. This is where the sun's secrets become our most urgent challenges.
The sun is not merely a gentle beacon in our sky. It is a restless giant, capable of unleashing chaos without warning. Every moment, it simmers with unseen power, and when that power erupts, the effects can ripple across our planet in ways both spectacular and terrifying. Beneath its golden surface, the sun is an arena of magnetic conflict. Vast, dark sunspots, cooler patches born from twisted magnetic fields, dot its face like bruises. These sunspots are the birthplaces of violence. Solar flares explode with energy, and coronal mass ejections, or CMEs, hurl billions of tons of solar plasma into the void at unimaginable speeds. These eruptions are not random. They follow the rhythm of the solar cycle, a regular pattern that repeats roughly every 11 years. During the peak, sunspots multiply, storms intensify, and the sun's magnetic fields writhe in turmoil. But this is only half the story. On a deeper level, the sun's magnetic poles flip every 22 years, a cosmic dance that reshapes the very architecture of space weather throughout the solar system. When the sun enters its most active phase, its storms can reach across tens of millions of miles, threatening everything modern civilization has built. A single powerful solar flare can cripple satellite electronics, sever global communications, and scramble GPS signals essential for navigation. CMEs that collide with Earth's magnetic shield can generate geomagnetic storms strong enough to overload power lines and plunge entire cities into blackout. Even astronauts, adrift in the safety of orbit, are at grave risk. Unshielded, a burst of solar radiation could be lethal within moments. History has already shown us the stakes. In 1859, the Carrington event, the mightiest solar storm in recorded history, set fire to telegraph stations and illuminated night skies with auroras as far south as the Caribbean. If an event of similar magnitude struck today, it would inflict trillions of dollars in destruction, shattering power grids, crippling satellites, and erasing the digital foundation that supports our world. The threat is not just theoretical. In July of 2012, a solar storm nearly as intense as the Carrington event surged from the sun and missed Earth by a margin of mere days. Had it arrived sooner, our civilization would have confronted an instant global blackout, an unprecedented disaster for the digital age. To guard against such calamities, scientists vigilantly monitor the sun's every move. Earth-orbiting satellites and ground observatories constantly scan for signs of brewing storms, racing to forecast, warn, and prepare. Every extra hour of warning can mean the difference between protection and catastrophe, shielding satellites, safeguarding astronauts, and fortifying power grids against the solar tempest. Complacency would be ruinous. To ignore the sun's warnings is to wager with the fate of our civilization. Lost electricity, collapsed communications, and threats to life itself, all within the sun's power to unleash. Yet even as we learn to contend with solar storms, another, grander threat awaits, a force that endangers not only our technology, but the very orbits and destinies of worlds. The sun's storms can devastate our modern world, but its deeper cycles and ultimate fate pose even greater dangers. To truly safeguard our future, we must understand the star's past, present, and cosmic power. The calm order of our solar system is a cosmic mirage. At any moment, the universe could deal a hand of chaos, sending planets tumbling into darkness or fire. For more than 4 billion years, the sun has blazed with steady light, nurturing life as if it were eternal. But this calm is a fleeting pause in a much greater story. Our star is on an irreversible journey, destined for a violent metamorphosis that will unmake the world as we know it. The sun is now at its midpoint, halfway through its lifespan. In only a few billion years, its core will run out of hydrogen fuel. The sun will then balloon into a red giant, its outer layers swelling until they engulf Mercury and Venus in a tide of burning plasma. Earth's fate is even more dire. Our planet may be vaporized or stripped of atmosphere and oceans, its surface scorched to bare rock. Yet, the end may come much sooner, and not by the sun's own hand. Our solar system is not anchored in stillness. It races through a turbulent galaxy. The gravity of the Milky Way pulls us along, while passing stars, rogue brown dwarfs, and mysterious forces drift ever closer. Even a slight nudge can disrupt planetary orbits, setting off catastrophic chain reactions. Cutting-edge simulations reveal a sobering truth. Long before the sun's final act, there is a real, if small, chance that a stray star could pass close enough to tear apart our solar order. Planets like Earth, Mars, or Pluto could be hurled into the void or smashed to pieces, all from the invisible brush of a cosmic neighbor. Far beyond Neptune lies the Oort cloud, a vast shell of icy debris circling the sun's distant edge. If a passing star disturbs this cloud, it could send a deadly swarm of comets plunging toward the inner planets. Earth would be caught in the crossfire, facing a hailstorm of icy missiles that could wipe out life in an instant. Astronomers estimate a 1 in 20 chance that a star comes dangerously close within the next 5 billion years. The risk only grows as time stretches on. In cosmic terms, the peace we know is not a guarantee, but a fleeting stroke of luck. Stability, it turns out, is nothing but an illusion. Even before our sun's fiery climax, disaster could strike from the depths of space, erasing our achievements in a heartbeat. Forces beyond our understanding and far beyond our control could sweep away everything humanity has built. Still, the story does not end in despair. As we confront these cosmic threats, scientists are uncovering new secrets about the sun's surface and inner workings. These discoveries may one day help us shield our world and survive the hazards of deep space. To protect our future, we must unlock the sun's hidden patterns and behaviors. Our survival depends on understanding the forces shaping our star, and, by extension, our own destiny. In the sun's most elusive secrets, we may find the wisdom to protect our world, and perhaps glimpse the path of our cosmic story. For centuries, the sun seemed a changeless beacon, its brilliance concealing both beauty and danger beneath an unbroken mask. Now, with the dawn of the Inouye Solar Telescope, humanity has torn away that mask, exposing the sun's ultra-fine magnetic structures, ribbons and curtains of invisible power, each thinner than a strand of human hair, dancing across its surface. These intricate magnetic microstructures are not just scientific curiosities. They are the hidden engines of solar storms, the seeds from which gigantic flares and eruptions are born. By decoding their restless patterns, we gain the first real power to sense the sun's moods before they grow deadly. Magnetic curtains ripple and twist, merging and snapping with bursts of energy out of all proportion to their tiny scale. Scientists now believe these small-scale features may ignite larger solar events and may even hold the key to a century-old riddle: why the sun's corona, its outer atmosphere, blazes at temperatures of millions of degrees, vastly hotter than its visible surface. With every new observation, we move closer to understanding how the sun's tangled magnetic web can suddenly snap and launch torrents of charged particles racing toward Earth. This insight is not mere curiosity, it is a potential shield. One day, improved space weather forecasting could grant us precious hours, or even days, of warning before a solar storm threatens our satellites, power grids, and daily routines. Our technological civilization has become more vulnerable than ever. One unpredictable geomagnetic pulse could cripple global communications, plunge entire cities into darkness, and freeze economies in their tracks. Yet, by unraveling the sun's magnetic mysteries, we may learn to foresee and even brace for the next solar assault. The stakes are nothing less than existential. To neglect solar research is to wager our infrastructure, our economy, and our society itself on a game of cosmic chance. But if we seize these discoveries, we do not merely survive, we shape our destiny, reclaiming a measure of control in the face of the universe's indifferent forces. As we venture deeper, we see that the frontier of solar science is not just about the sun, it is about the fate of life on Earth. With each new revelation, we grow a little less helpless, a little more prepared, and perhaps a little closer to understanding our true place in the universe. But our journey into the sun's mysteries is far from over. The deeper we look, the more profound and urgent the questions become. You are not merely a spectator in the sun's grand tale. You are a living thread woven into the very fabric of its unfolding story. Each sunrise is more than a daily ritual. It is a reminder that our existence is entwined with an ancient, fiery engine. For over 4 billion years, the sun has shaped the destiny of everything on Earth, dictating our survival, technology, and even the rhythm of our days. Think of the sun not as a gentle, passive sphere, but as a restless force. Its surface churns with storms, flares, and magnetic tempests. The sun is an unpredictable power, and our civilization stands in its shadow. History offers stern warnings. When the sun erupts, its fury can leap across 93 million miles, battering our world. Solar storms have already blacked out whole cities, fried communication satellites, and threatened to unravel the threads of modern life. These are not mere inconveniences. They can erase decades of progress in moments and set back nations by years. Yet, the greatest danger is not the sun's anger, but our own complacency. To underestimate our star is to play with disaster. Each time we ignore its warnings or fail to prepare for its outbursts, we gamble with the safety of billions. Now, you stand at a pivotal crossroads. Down one path lies ignorance, averting your eyes, trusting luck, and hoping the next solar tempest will spare us. Down the other is vigilance. By choosing curiosity, supporting research, and demanding preparedness, you help build a shield for our planet and for generations yet to come. This challenge is not just for scientists in distant observatories. It is a call to all of us. The stewardship of Earth requires respect for the sun's power and the courage to act before calamity strikes. Each person who chooses awareness becomes a guardian of humanity's future. The sun's story is still being written. Its next chapters depend on our willingness to learn, to respect, and to adapt. Will you turn away, or will you rise to meet the dawn with knowledge and resolve? The fate of civilization and the legacy we leave will echo for thousands of years. The choice rests with each of us, here and now.